I'm going to be talking about some games I've been playing this past week. I'm going to share them with you guys. Let me know in the comments if you've played any of these games or if any of these games you hope to play. They've come out in the last couple of weeks or so, or maybe even up to a month. There's about half a dozen games, so we're going to jump straight into it. Some of them I've spent more time than others, so let me know if there's any which I should be spending more time on. But yeah, they nearly passed me by, so I thought I'd share these games with you in case they nearly pass you by too. So the first game I'm going to talk about is Neva. Now I'm going to put some footage on the screen and tell you about my experiences of each of them. I only played about an hour of this game. It's a really beautiful sort of side-scrolling platform game. Neva is your dog. Very, very loyal dog. It's very, very heartwarming story, the relationship of yourself and with Neva's particular dog. Now, the developer of this game did actually have a game, I believe it's called Gris, and that is out on the PlayStation Plus on the premium subscription service. I haven't actually played that game, but let me know if it is very, very similar to this with the art style. Very beautiful, very atmospheric, if that is the right thing to say. And so basically you're going through this world. It's very, very beautifully laid out. You don't do much combat for the first 10 to 15 minutes. It's sort of like a tutorial. It's like a tutorial that gets you used to the game as you're playing it. So you start the game and it just teaches you things, you know, whether that be jump, double jump, and sort of what to do, calling your dog, petting your dog. So you and Neve set off on this little adventure. You're scrolling through. It's evident that the world is sort of infected, or something's happened, has impacted it. It's run by some sort of evil. There's some sort of evil presence that's running through the rainforest. It's affecting the wildlife, the animals. And as you go through each of these screens, progressing through the latter stages and latter levels, it gets a little bit more and more morbid. So it starts to get real dark and twisted. There is some enemies to fight. You do eventually work out and get taught the button of how to attack. Very, very nice art style. I liked it straight away, and then first of all I thought, hold on a minute, is this just going to be a platformer? And then when it got into the combat bit, I thought, oh, this is pretty cool. But then later on, after about an hour or so, it didn't quite grip me. And I did pay the full retail price of this. It's digital only. I think I paid like $18.99. It was definitely under £20, but it's either £18 or £19 to buy. And I was a little bit disappointed from first view, to be honest with you, because I thought I was going to get really stuck into it. But yeah, there's such a big backlog of games I've got to play at the moment. I literally played an hour of it and I thought, yeah, I can see what it's trying to do. I got to one hurdle where I got a bit stuck on traversing on the platforming, and it wasn't something I wanted to spend time mastering and then working out what comes next. I kind of felt like I had like FOMO with the game. I wanted to see what it's like. I kind of have seen what it's like. But if any of you guys have played this game through to completion, I believe it's only a short game. I think it's like 4 to 8 hours to complete, maybe 8 hours. I don't think it was definitely under 10 hours. But yeah, let me know if it's a game I should stick with. So I only put an hour into it. But I really like the art style, and that's why I tried to use some of it in the thumbnail. The creatures are really dark and scary. And there's obviously a nice little story that progresses with it. Maybe me talking out loud while watching this footage back will make me realise I need to go back to the game. But yeah, so that was Neva on the Nintendo Switch. The next game that I've been playing, now I've been playing this the most. So I talked about it recently on the Unofficial Controller podcast. And then I think we even saw a trailer of it come up on Magstream, some middle-aged gamer guy over on Twitch, when I joined him as a guest on a Tuesday night. So this is Undisputed. And myself and Seb from the Pro Nerd Report, when we was on the Unofficial Controller podcast, we talked about this for a long time because we share a lot of passion for boxing and boxing games, and we haven't had a boxing game since 2011. Can you believe it? Fight Night Champion all those years ago on the 360 was the last Fight Night game we had. So obviously it got ditched when UFC became popular. They wanted to make one of those fighting games. Maybe the sales went down the boxing, I don't know, but the hype was with UFC. Those games done well, and we've just not seen a licensed boxing game. There's been some others that I've tried, some indie titles, they really haven't hit the spot. And I thought, do you know what? They've had so long to get this game right. I just hope it's good. But even if it's bad, I'm going to play it anyway. I'm going to enjoy it for what it is. And I heard some mixed reviews. It didn't get the greatest scores. We got mediocre, 7 out of 10. Some 8s, some sort of low 7s or high 6s. And I thought, that's not bad. That's still above average. I'm going to enjoy it as a boxing fan and a fan of boxing games. Now, I love it. Now, some people have said they don't want to get it because they've seen some basically not smooth, so some problems with the frame rate and a bit glitchy. Now, I believe that's online only. I haven't got the greatest internet. I've only had like 4 fights online, and I got absolutely schooled. I think I won one of them, and then someone quit on me, and I think I lost the others. So my main thing on this is campaign mode. So the career mode, I've played this on the PlayStation 5, so I haven't played it on the Xbox Series X. I'll get to that or another video, but I did actually buy it for the Xbox Series X as well. But the career mode is fantastic. So I made my own heavyweight. I took him through the ranks, got him all the way to be British champion, European champion. Then I unified division. I defended a title a couple of times. I think my boxing is 40s now, but I paused him, didn't retire him. And I've gone back down to middleweight. There's lots of licensed boxers. I knocked out all the big boys. We're talking Usyk, Fury in the heavyweight division. It's really cool. Eddie Hall was in it for some reason, but he's lower down. I know he's had one fight, I think, through KSI's Misfits. Or maybe 2 fights. But yeah, he was in it. There's not as much licensed boxers you'd like, but obviously boxing is completely different to a lot of sports where they are really, really overpaid. Some of these boxers these days, the amount of money they make. And obviously, I guess they were charging a lot of money. There's a lot of problems with licensing. But there is still a lot of fighters in there. You know, there's probably half a dozen in the heavyweight division, maybe up to 10. Maybe not your favourites. And then in the middleweight, there's loads. And the same with lightweight, featherweight. And there's some, you know, you've got Ricky Hatton in there, Ali. You have got some legends in there as well. So, yeah, there's plenty in there for you to get to chew on, basically. So I'm absolutely loving it. I've done hours and hours on it, really enjoying it. Like I said, I'm on my second career now, going through with my middleweight. I feel like I've really got the hang of it. I've got it in the recommended settings, so just on normal mode. But yeah, I'm finding it really quite easy, to be honest. I'm blowing my opponents away within the first 1 or 2 rounds. But yeah, it's got a really good system. So you do your training. There's no mini games. You've got to try and balance being in shape with your weight, but also being not overtrained or undertrained. So you've got to try and balance that. You can negotiate fights. So your manager does this on your behalf, but then you can change the purse, change rematch clause. You can change media activities. So you can really control the actual contract of the fights, which is cool. That's new. We've never had that previously on a fight night game before. You employ a cutman, you employ a manager, and you also employ a trainer, and then you get better ones later on. They're better gyms as well. You can sack your staff and upgrade them as you get better throughout. But yeah, the career mode's really, really solid. I don't care what anyone says. For me, it's like my game of the year for 2024. Because this game was leaked years and years ago. And we always heard it's going to be a new boxing game. It never quite happened. Now, I believe this game was on PC of a different name, and it's been out for about a year or so. But yeah, it's finally come to console in the last week or 2. And I've been playing it as soon as it dropped and released. So yeah, I've been playing the PS5. Guys, let me know what you think. If you're a boxing fan, you're a fan of boxing games, I don't know why people are slagging this off or giving it bad reviews. Like, fair enough, if you buy a sports title like FIFA and you play online, that's all you do. Then yeah, maybe online, this game, it might be a bit glitchy or whatnot. I don't know what the problem is. The games I've played were fine, but the career mode, I've had no issues on the PlayStation. I can't speak on the Xbox Series X because I have a copy, but I haven't played it yet. I've just been playing on the PlayStation. And I will actually address the elephant in the room. So basically, I brought the game from Amazon, really wanted to play it. I ordered it, and then I looked on Vinted afterwards and saw a copy of it on the Series X for cheaper than it trades in. So I just put a little cheeky offer in, and I won it. So I ended up with an extra copy. And I was going to give it to someone at work, but they already got the game on digital download. So now I've just got a spare copy. So maybe I'll do a comparison later on at some point. I'll play it on the Xbox. But yeah, really, really have been enjoying Undisputed. I think it's an absolutely awesome game. Back to the Nintendo Switch. So I was having a little look. There was a few games. It was payday recently. There's a few games I saved on my phone as like a list I went to buy. And I'll go through those in a minute. And tell you about those and show you some footage. And they're sort of what I hope to play. But I noticed, I must have missed this, guys. Let me know when it happens if you do play Nintendo Switch. But there is they're sort of joining in with the Game Pass and PlayStation Plus premium passes. They're doing a game trials, which is really cool. So you've had demos before on the Switch, but if you're a Nintendo Switch Online member, they're now doing, there was 3 games. I put them on the screen now for you to see. But yeah, there was 3 games that you get a trial until, I believe, the 31st of October, which I think is this Thursday, so Halloween. It might have, by the time this video drops, we might have just missed it, or might be a day or 2 left. But I don't know if that's a one-off, or are we every month going to get 3 games to play a games trial? Absolutely also, I don't know if it's a sponsor thing. Those developers might have said, look, Nintendo, take some money, let's try this. But I thought that was really, really cool. So I've clicked them to download. I haven't played them yet, but I'm hoping to play some of those games. One of them was Minecraft Dungeons, I remember. Then there was a game that's something to do with a cat. And the other one was like a zombie golf game from memory. But yeah, I'll put them on the screen so you guys can see them. But yeah, I don't know when that happened, but it's absolutely awesome that Nintendo have actually done that and let us play. Because I think that's pretty cool. Like, you get it on, I saw it with Grime, which I bought a copy of it on Super Rare Games, but on PlayStation Plus, they did a 3-hour game trial. It's not like a demo. They let you play it for 3 hours. It's really cool. It's amount of games, like Neva, for example. I buy them, I play an hour or 2, and I'm like, do you know what? It's not for me, but I wanted to try it. And normally with a physical game, you can sell the game, get some money back. But like Neva's a digital game, so I've lost £19 now, just from wanting to try it through fear of missing out. So yeah, absolutely all for these game trials. Now the next game, again, I'm going to stick with this game. Right, it's Until Dawn. It was on the PS4 and it's on the PS5. Now, I've got it through PlayStation Plus, through the subscription service. And I'm glad because I've not played any games on there for a couple of weeks. And you want to get your money's worth. But yeah, I looked on there and that was added. I believe it's quite an expensive game, like, 45, 50 quid physical. So I've downloaded and streaming the PS5 version. It's a bit like one of them FMV games. The graphics are phenomenal. And you sort of make decisions. Basically, you're in like a slasher movie, like an 80s style slasher movie, but with modern technology. They've got mobile phones and stuff. So whether that time period's correct, probably not. You're basically up in a ski lodge. There's some flashbacks. Some friends are there having a winter sort of retreat getaway. And basically there's 2 people end up dying. And then you sort of that gets replayed. That you're sort of working out how this game plays out, because you play each... I'm describing this terrible. Hope the footage does justice for it. But yeah, you play each character. You play each character of the game. You don't particularly play one person, and it changes like every 5 minutes who you're playing. You see it from their point of view. But it is done like a movie. So the way things come up, it is very cheesy at times. There's a lot of like sort of sexual references and stuff like that, which you get in these sort of horror slasher teen films. But yeah, it's evident that there is a killer on the loose. They agree to come back. They don't know how these kids have died. And I say kids, they're probably like 21. And they return back to the retreat, and that's what the movie's about. And every time you die or make like the wrong decision, you end up in like a room with a psychiatrist, and he sort of asks you things, and then how you answer it affects the next run of the game. It's really interesting. It's not like a roguelike by any means. And the deaths may be unavoidable, but you can definitely choose in what order you kill people, even though you're supposed to be saving them. It gets you to make some difficult situations, and it's basically like you're in a film. I believe this is only like 8 hours to complete. Now, I've played a fair few hours on it. I really liked the first hour or two, but then it got a bit slow again. But like any film, you've got to stick to it, and then it sort of builds up, and then something will carry on. So I am actually going to play this through to completion. So I'll let you guys know what I think of this when I have completed the game. I might have described it terribly. I hope from the footage on screen that actually helps you if you do want to play the game. But yeah, the graphics are really good. It's a very, very different game. So yeah, there's a lot of story there. It's literally like you're playing out a film. You get to be each character. So yeah, really cool. There's a lot of jump scares on it. Some cheesy bits, like I say, a lot of jump scares, and the sound, the noise is really good. Very atmospheric. And yeah, it's a really, really good game. But if I pay 50 quid for it, I'll be a bit disappointed. Physical's fine, so I'd trade it in and get 30 quid back. But yeah, I wouldn't want to pay any more than £20 for this game, especially if it's only 8 hours long. I don't really feel like that's value for money, even though I can tell they've put a lot of work into it. So if that was digital only at that price, I'd be gutted. But yeah, it's available physical, so you could buy it and then sell it on. Or if you've got PlayStation Plus, just play it on there, because that's what I've been doing, playing it on there. Now, sticking with the subscription service, because this is a cool retro game that's added. I always said it's really good, this sort of side of the emulation and digital games, because like my favourite PS1 game of all time is Twisted Metal World Tour, the second one, and that is on PlayStation Plus. And I've said before, it's awesome these games are on there, because some people won't have a PS1, or they can't afford to spend 60 quid, 70 quid, or trying to find it in CEX or whatnot and get a good copy of it. So you can actually play it on a PlayStation Plus. Now, they have still been adding retro to it, and they've actually added for this month Dino Crisis. So another Capcom game. If you haven't played Dino Crisis, it basically is Resident Evil with dinosaurs. It's the same sort of, tank controls, the animation, the way you open doors, with the health items, the way you pick them up, the build-up, the build-up of the atmosphere, basically. I keep saying the word atmosphere a lot in this video. I might have to name it atmosphere. But yeah, the build-up play. Suspense is the word I'm looking for. So the suspense of it is very similar to Resident Evil. But yeah, Dino Crisis is on there. I literally played it for a quick half an hour or an hour, just so I really want to play it. So that's a game I'll probably go back to play. Let me know in the comments if you know how long it's on for, because some games only pop on there for like a month or so. If it is, then I really want to play that. But yeah, it's really cool to see Dino Crisis on the PlayStation Plus premium subscription. So if you have got that service, go and check that out. It's an awesome game. And for me, I've got a PS1 collection in the corner of, 50 games or so, and Dino Crisis isn't one of them. So I'm really glad to have played it. I've played it before back in the day. Probably rented it or borrowed it from a friend. But yeah, really, really cool game. So next couple of games I want to talk about. I'll finish with one which I really want to play, which I'm probably going to play after I've uploaded this video. So you've heard me talk about recently Little Guardsman from Super Rare Games, a physical game. You can get it digitally. I think it's Tiny Rebel, the Canadian developer or publisher that made this game. Developer, I would have thought. And it's really good. I talked about it before. So you play as a little guardsman. The humour in it's brilliant. It gets better and better. I've been playing it a little bit each night, but since I've been playing Undisputed, the boxing game, I really haven't played much of it in the past few days, like over this past weekend. But there's a really good story in it. So you start off as a guardsman, you make your decisions. I won't talk too much, I know I've mentioned this before. So you decide who you let into this kingdom. So you've got like, there's a bit of a dispute between humans and goblins. Some people, it reflects like modern society. It's quite interesting. Some people don't want certain other people from certain different places and backgrounds and species coming in. It's a very interesting in that respect. You can like take contraband off people. You can choose who you send to jail, choose who you deny into the kingdom, choose who you let into the kingdom. You seek advice from others. You've got different things you can use that will help you make a decision. But then that shapes what happens later in the game. I don't know if there's alternative endings. I would have thought there is. I've definitely had game over once already, but it's like it lets you replay. You've got this little time machine thing, which brings into the lore of the game quite early on. So if you do make a mistake, you can go back if it's critical. But yeah, there's a lot to it. There's lots of different areas of the town you sort of unlock as the game goes on. There's a princess that goes missing. I won't say too much about that. There's a wedding later on that happens, and there is some big scandal that goes down the wedding. And then there's even, at the moment where I am in the game, there's sort of brewing of a civil war. So there's a lot going on in the game. Really, really interesting. It's a lot more depth to the story than I once spoke about when I did a 10-minute review on it all that time ago. About a month ago. So since I've been playing it, I am going to complete that game. So I won't do another video doing a full-on review about it because I spoke about it in lots of different videos. But yeah, Little Guardsman is absolutely a lot better than I realised. So yeah, definitely, I mean, saying Hidden Gem on the system would be ridiculous because it's just come out in Super Rare Games, but don't let it slip you by. I think there is still copies available. If there isn't, then don't waste your money at CEX. Get it digital if you can, or buy it off a friend. That's all I would say with that one. Now, the last game I want to say, guys, I recognise the name. I recognise the footage, the art style, but I don't remember this coming out on a console. It looks almost Sega Saturn graphics. Or Dreamcast, but I think it was PC only, so it's called Killing Time. I saw this on a Switch Up video, but they talked about the games that are coming out in the week, or eShop sales, and I was like, man, I want this. I think there might be a physical in the making, like later on, or through limited run or something like that. But yeah, I got it for like under £20 digitally, and I just, yeah, it's a shooter. But you can see from the graphics and art style, it looks quality. So a perfect game for Halloween. A real good sort of horror shooter. And yeah, apparently it's been remastered. So it must have been on one of those consoles, but I don't remember it. Maybe it was PC only. But yeah, guys, let me know in the comments. But yeah, Killing Time. That is a game that I'm going to play very, very soon. Again, another one in the backlog that I've got to play after I've uploaded this video. So yeah, let me know if any of those games you played them, or what you think of the footage and what I said about them, whether you're going to play them yourself. Please make sure you hit the subscribe button if you can. It really helps out. Or like the video, or leave a comment. I'm going to keep it brief. We'll leave it there. The next video is going to be another Halloween themed one, because I've had the Retro Realm double pack just turned up today in the post, which has got the Mike Myers game. No, it's Evil Dead, and it's Jason Voorhees, so it's Friday 13th, I think. Or is it Halloween? No, it is Halloween. It's Halloween that's come through. Anyway, I'm tired. That'll be on the next video. I'll see you soon. Cheers, bye. I'm Mario. And I am the Hedgehog. And today, with this...